Okay.
coaching. And I think that I would love for you to explain this as a career coach and someone who's a motivational speaker, all of the things you do, author. How does one go about knowing whether or not they need a coach? And what would you say are what's that look like for people? Because I think there are a lot of different coaches out there. I'm a coach, right? We all have our own different thing. When someone is struggling in their career, what is it going to take for them to say, okay, I need a coach? And then what should they be expecting from a career coach?
That is a great question. One of the things, the things people realize as they're in their career, they kind of hit this wall, and they feel like they're stuck. And that's when I have most of the clients come to me, is when they get to that place where they feel like they can't go any further. Some are very discouraged. They're burnt out from doing the work that they have done for so long. And that could be for several reasons. They may have lost their love of the reason why they went into the field in the first place. Or maybe they kind of gravitated away from the original role that they worked in. And so now they're no longer doing, what they love to do. And so they're not being authentic to really who they are and what they love. And so that's one of the ways that you need a coach, how to find that sweet spot, how to find that space where you are happy and fulfilled in what it is that you do. Most of the times when I talk to my clients, I ask them, what is it that you love? What is the thing that you would totally do for free? Because that's where your heart is. And most people, if you go into a job just for the money, you won't stay there very long.
Absolutely.
So that's like one of the main things about when you find you need a coach. You feel stagnated, you feel stuck, or you're just tired of doing the same thing over and over again. You've mastered that craft. You feel like there's nowhere else for you to go. That's when it's time to reevaluate. And the coach will bring clarity as to where you are right now and where you could be. The coach will also bring to you resources that you can utilize, and also help you to map out a plan that is realistic in time, and give you the resources that you need, and also connections. Sometimes we take on things by ourselves, and we keep struggling, hitting that big brick wall. A coach thinks objectively. Sometimes we're just too close to the situation and we can't see. Whereas a coach will just come in, look at everything, give you assessments, and let you know where your skills are, where your gifts are, what are the things that are most important to you, and help align you back to your center and where you need to be, so that you can get back to your happy place.
Absolutely. I love it. And I would add, as a coach to coach kind of chat, I would say the other thing that people can't forget is that no matter how many resources and how much support the coach is giving, the client still has to do the work. You're right. These are the people who are who have to read the books, who have to say the affirmations and the mantras, who have to figure out what are their insecurities. They've got to do the work, because sometimes I think people think of coach and they're just like, oh, like you're just going to do magic. No, then I would say I'm a magician, right? So no. You've still got to put in the work. But I agree. I think that when you're feeling lost and unclear, I think definitely a coach really goes a long way in clearing up things. So I love that you shared that for people. And you talked a little bit earlier. I'd like to swing back to that conversation of making a good impression. What would you say are some keys, kind of tips that you could give for acing a job interview?
Well, I have to say, praying, plan, and take massive action. A lot of times people fail their interview because they did not prepare.
Mm.
A lot of times we kind of act upon impulse and sometimes even out of desperation, depending on your financial situation, but we cannot afford to do that, especially when you have responsibilities on the line. You have to take those extra steps and plan. But my motto is pray, plan, and take massive action. And that's one of the things that I've written in my book, The Audacity to Rise. That's like my motto, because that kind of helped me to get to the place where I am right now, me personally. I say pray for clarity. You have the resources by you, and a coach will help you to get that clarity, aside from you meditating on whatever it is that will bring you, to your oneness. And then aside from having, meditating and then having a coach, then you want to plan. Your coach will definitely help you do that after you get your assessment. You get to know what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses. You do some little job readiness techniques, some mock interviewing. Then you can kind of know where your strong points are and what are some things you need to work on. Also, did you even research the companies that you'd like to work in? Or are you just going after whatever company is online that says they're hiring?
Exactly.
Which most people do.
Exactly. Yes.
Right. So just...
No, finish your thought. Yeah.
So just, just looking at, what is it that you want? What is the industry you want to be in? What are some companies that you would love to be in because their mission statement lines up with the person that you are?
Exactly.
A lot of times people take on jobs and they're miserable once they get in the door because they didn't do enough research on the culture of the company.
Exactly.
And so that last part, yes, and that last part is taking massive action. And it's like we talked about before. It's up to you to do the work. The coach can line everything in your hand and give you an excellent plan to follow and all the resources and all the books, the motivational techniques, the audio books, go to different conferences. You can have all the information laid at your feet. But at the end of the day, if you don't take action, all of that will just be for naught.
Absolutely. You are listening to Our Voices on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. My name is Natasha Nurse, and my guest today is Shaquan Hoke, founder and CEO of Beyond a Job, Inc. I so agree with you. I mean, I feel like you're just speaking right through my soul. It's so amazing to hear the same things that I share in my coaching, I share in my content, because I think, a lot of it to me seems obvious, but, it's obvious to the people who spend time understanding and learning their industry, learning what is necessary to be successful. And sadly, not enough people are spending the time in investing and understanding how to develop themselves. What does professional development mean? And the other thing I would add to that previous conversation is just confidence. So many people lack the ability to storytell, which is stuff that I'm going to be speaking at various conferences I'm doing. And the ability to just be clear in your communication, right? Have presence about yourself with the words that you choose and how you come across to people. Because you could be dressed all like fly with a bag of chips, right? Like you could be fabulous. But again, if you go into the interview and you can't make eye contact and you're stumbling and there's all these vocal fillers, there's all this stuff going on that's distracting. It's not going to, again, yield the outcome of desire, right? So we've really got to practice our storytelling is something I would add, as well as just having presence. What is your presence? Everyone has like their own cool, magical thing about themselves. You've got to figure out what that is and share that with the world. And I wish I had 1 million hours with you, but I don't. So I do want to ask a couple of things so that people definitely get more info from you. First, we mentioned that you're an author. Share all your books and where people can get them. And then also, if they want to get in touch with you to work with you, where do they go?
Absolutely. I do have all of my books you can definitely find on my website at www.beyondajob.net. One of the books, my very first one, was The Audacity to Rise, which it gives a short synopsis of my life, some challenges that I faced and how I overcame those challenges through 7 steps. So that book, the first one, is called The Audacity to Rise. The second one, I created a job readiness planner, and it's called Beyond the Job Business Job Readiness Planner. It's very simple. And that's also located on the website. The third book, I did a collaboration, and it's called Through the Valley. And it's a story of about 6 women who overcame different challenges and how we were able to do that. And all of us are entrepreneurs. That's featured in Through the Valley book. And I'm so happy to announce that this year I have another anthology that I've co-authored with, a book for women in business. And that's coming out this year, and I'm so excited about that. The main author is Marsha Guerriere with Women on the Rise. You can look her up at womenontherise.com. Again, it's Marsha Guerriere. And you can also follow me on my Facebook, because everything that I'm mentioning you will find on my Facebook pages. I do announce everything that I'm a part of, and I definitely share different opportunities and phenomenal resources and the business women that offer a lot of conferences and things that people can take advantage of. My Facebook is Shaquan, that's SHAQUAN THOMAS.14. That's my Facebook page. My Twitter is author, that's AUTHOR, Shaquan, SHAQUAN, and the letter H. And then my, Instagram, sorry. My Instagram is just my first and last name, Shaquan Hoke. So you can definitely follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And again, my website is www.beyondajob.net. And if you'd like to email me, you can email me at support@beyondajob.net.
Phenomenal. And just again, thank you so much. Yes, the new book, I'll also be in that. That's phenomenal. We can't wait. It's womenontheriseny.com to learn more about the founder of that whole network. But thank you so much, Shaquan, for coming on Our Voices on 90.3 WHPC. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. And I know that our audience found you both as informative and inspiring as I did. My name is Natasha Nurse. I'm the proud host of Our Voices here on 90.3 WHPC. Our show's creative director is Rudy J. Breedy. Visit nccradio.org. That's www.nccradio.org for more information. This will be available as a podcast on iTunes, Android Podcasts, and Spreaker. Our Voices is powered by the Nassau Community College Foundation on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.